I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Davante Adams, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. First play from scrimmage all the way into the end zone. Look, the pass was good, but that run after the catch, that's what was really impressive.
And I think the big question I have is, where were the safeties? Where was the tackling? Because going into this game, they had to know that they were going to be tested. That was the part of the defense that had to stand up. And on that play, not even close.
A try here for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Williams. And some room to work. 31 yards there and a first down.
Here we go.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now let's take a look here at the Bills offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
From just shy of midfield, Allen, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Campbell making the catch. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. A look now at the Buffalo defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Hold them to 13 was pretty good, but this week I expected to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Allen going to throw. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Allen to throw once more. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Williams. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number 1 thing he does best is tackle.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
58, come on. Check back, check back. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, check 24, check 24. He's crashing.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Check 93. Everyone got 4.
Allen now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Allen now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Off the draw. Here's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Gay knocks this one through, and the Bills have taken the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Milano coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Throwing now is Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen got his man. It's Williams. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, and he's got his man on the out route. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And again, it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
In his own end zone, it's Allen. This short throw caught by Goddard. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. The open man here, Renfro. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Watch your shit. Watch your shit.
Carr now on first down. It's a screen to Richard. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That first down completion only netted them 3. Second and 7. Again, it's Carr. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Allen. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Throwing on first down is Allen. It's Williams on the catch. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They give it to Williams, running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Again, it's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And now they'll throw with Allen. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. On first down, it's Williams. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Looking to throw on second down. Allen. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He may try and run for this. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Carr. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr, and that'll be incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Now Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Offense.
So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Throwing now is Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Beck.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
This short throw caught by Goddard, and he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. And Oliver in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen now looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the draw, Richard. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second and long. Carr. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. The Raiders on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be third and a mile.
49 the mic. Hey, tight down. There you go. Hey, alert 3. Check 15.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Ed Oliver picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. He's going to look end zone here. And caught by Cooper. Touchdown, Buffalo. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up. To around the 33.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Carr going to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And running with power here. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Allen now on 3rd and goal. And caught by Cooper for a Bills touchdown. Amari Cooper with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured more than the other. But all in all, these guys are looking for 100 or more yards in receiving. But the biggest thing, getting into the end zone. And how about him? He's gotten there twice in this game.
He has indeed. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Henderson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Raiders on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And Adams has it, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll find Moreau here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Here's Carr. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts him back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Bills are going to recover. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen to throw. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Gay's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So the Raiders now down by 10. And time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. A first throw for the backup, Jackson. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing now is Jackson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Bills, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.